Tonight, in this small and peaceful little corner of the quiet old library, Torito gently discovers yet another beautiful story. One old and ancient book suddenly and softly falls down from the shelf. Or when Torito reaches out to touch it, a warm and gentle light slowly begins to spread. And so the story quietly and softly begins to unfold. Deep inside the nighttime forest, there is a strange feeling of discomfort rising. Grumble stamps his heavy foot on the ground because of this unease. He tries so hard to shake away that annoying, sticky feeling. But the more he tries, the burr still refuses to come loose. The more hurried he becomes, the more tangled and messy his body grows. Meanwhile, all around him, everything else in the forest remains so wonderfully slow and calm. His big body is starting to feel tired and worn out. Finally, he can only stop and sit down heavily. That uncomfortable feeling is still lingering right there. Nearby, there is a very calm and steady gaze watching. Bubbi simply stands there quietly without doing anything at all. Oh, it is just a silent and peaceful observation. Grumble slowly turns to look back. Everything around seems to gently slow down even more. For the very first time, he stops struggling and fighting. In this deep silence, everything begins to soften and calm. That gentle gaze remains soft and kind, just like before. The breathing is no longer rushing or hurried anymore. I still there when his one small annoying thing caught in his fur. Bubbi simply tilts his little head ever so slightly. He no longer tries to fight or struggle. The whole forest remains gentle and peaceful, just as always. One very soft and quiet footstep barely makes any sound. Chipi has also quietly arrived. He simply watches in silence without any fear. Without any rush, without any impatience at all. Bubbi continues to hold on to that peaceful silence. 3 different presences, standing together in such harmony. Chipi takes one slow and careful step closer. And Grumble no longer resists or pulls away. You can clearly see exactly what is still stuck there. A very gentle and tender little gesture. Before actually touching, he pauses for just a moment. His big body is now ready to soften and relax. One soft and warm touch feels so comforting. And the gentle kindness one begins right from that very moment. Chipi feels everything so lightly and carefully. One tiny movement makes the Burr tremble just a little. He does not rush to pull it free. His body is beginning to soften and relax. Bubbi remains right there, so very still and calm. Little by little, he finds exactly the right spot. He touches it, but never causes any pain. He is no longer afraid at all. He simply holds it, so very lightly and gently. And everything pauses quietly for just a moment. The breathing becomes steady, and even once more. Just a little bit starts to loosen and release. But he still refuses to hurry. One long, slow breath makes everything feel so much lighter. Bubbi remains completely trusting and at ease. One very delicate movement, so soft and careful. It finally begins to come free. His body no longer fights against it. He only needs to keep everything light and gentle. There is only one tiny bit left, so very small. And then it finally comes loose. It falls down so softly and quietly. Everything suddenly feels so much lighter. His big body completely relaxes at last. One brief and gentle moment feels wonderfully light. Chipi softly and carefully pulls his hand away. Bubbi quietly looks at the thing that has just fallen. Grumble turns to look at Chipi once more. Just one small and gentle smile, so very warm. The hand begins to rest at last. The breathing flows so slow and peaceful. Bubbi takes one careful step closer. And sits down, so quietly and calmly. Chipi also moves gently nearer. One warm and safe place to lean feels so comforting. He remains completely still and peaceful. Bubbi also leans in softly. All three breaths slowly become perfectly in harmony. The whole forest gently calms down even more. And sleep quietly begins to arrive. Those little eyes slowly and softly close. Bubbi also drifts into peaceful quietness. Grumble finally rests completely. The breathing is light and perfectly even. The whole body softly lets go. The breathing feels wonderfully gentle. The body is softly supported and held. The gentle mist warmly embraces everything. The moonlight also becomes softer and calmer. Together like this, it feels so warm and safe. There is no discomfort left, only peace. The whole forest sinks deeply into silence. That annoying thing has been left far behind. Only the softest comfort remains. Chipi has fallen into a deep and peaceful sleep. Bubbi rests so calmly and happily. Grumble sleeps very deeply now. There is only the softest and lightest breathing. Everything feels almost completely still. And sleep gently wraps its arms around them all. The soft mist quietly embraces this peaceful sleep. The moonlight slowly settles and fades. Only pure quietness remains. There is no longer any annoyance, only rest. Everything feels almost completely paused. That discomfort has been left gently behind. Only the warmest and softest feeling remains. The whole forest was also sleeping peacefully. And there is only the faintest and softest breath. The night gently holds everything in its embrace. Everything has become truly peaceful. Only the softest comfort remains. Sleep well. Everything is calm and safe now.